Let's see.
We're live. Fantastic.
Oh, wild. Awesome.
We've been doing so many interviews lately. I spill all over my keyboard. We've been doing so many interviews lately. I forget how to do a podcast. Hi.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Good Nice Podcast. I'm Shane. What's up, Glory?
Oh, I'm Glory.
Forgot our intro. Because our intro changes every single time that we do a podcast. It changes every single time we do an interview. Because like sometimes I'm really awkward and I'm like, okay, I just gotta say something. And then other times it's like, yeah it's fantastic. My mic keeps on redding out on OBS. Am I that loud? Am I loud for you?
To me, you aren't. You're at 164.
Okay, then OBS can go suck a fat cock. All right. So, how have you been, Glory? We've been talking to a lot of bands lately, and we haven't been talking much. I'll go first. I'll answer my own question. I am doing fantastic.
Whoa, that's crazy. I'm doing great, Shane.
Awesome.
I'm doing so well right now.
Good.
I'm so happy.
Awesome. I don't know what to talk about because typically in the beginning I go over live music. But there hasn't been anything new. I mean, the only thing that happened that I can remember this week is the Simple Plan and Newfound Glory co-headliner got postponed. That's that's the only thing I know that happened this week.
Wait,
I mean, we could talk about the Happy situation if you want to do that.
No.
I do. I kind of want to talk about it.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, because I kept on making fun of Caleb.
Is this drama alert?
Hey, this is drama alert. Hello, you two. Welcome to drama alert. It's been so long since I've
watched. To the news.
Yeah, it's been so long. I forget the fucking drama alert.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
Yeah, where is for this very moment? This is why we needed Rayanne today. This is she should.
Wait, did she watch?
Yeah, because she's like big on the YouTube, Twitter, or whatever the fuck she's on. And it's been getting covered by Keemstar, whatever the fuck Caterino's going through. But this isn't a YouTuber podcast. This is a music podcast.
Or is it?
Or is it? Good Noise Podcast. I mean, we could.
We could. I mean,
if you want to.
I mean. That'd be
fire. That'd be fire.
You did not just say that.
Did you put the fire emoji in the group chat?
Yeah. Fire emoji.
I'm gonna kill myself. Anyways. We got a case of the giggles tonight, Glory. Case of the giggly giggles.
Oh my god.
Alright, so anyways. We said we were gonna talk about you never agreed to it, but we're gonna talk about the Happy situation. Your favorite band, one of your favorite bands, actually did something correct.
They did.
Yeah, they so it's not like the only person we're shitting in a bad light here is the stupid motherfucker. So anyways, in case you've been living under a rock or you don't frequent Happy Stan Twitter.
You should join Happy Stan Twitter.
You should. It's not toxic. Yeah, it's actually it's actually not a shithole. Unlike MCR Stan Twitter.
That place is horrifying. I get like I follow the MCR topic, and it's like every now and then like some stuff filters through like the timeline, piles and piles of like
Harry Styles,
whatever. Not just Harry. It's like more Louis Tomlinson, but whatever. I digress. Basically, it's so odd because it used to be so dead, and now it's constantly like there's a newsletter now about what's happening in it. It's so. That's what filters through for me.
It's so weird. The newsletter always finds its way onto my timeline. Like I followed the person because I want to see it. Because I don't want to be involved in that shithole. Yeah. They're a bunch of assholes, quite frankly. Most of them are mean. Most of them are very mean. So I try to stay away from them. But the newsletter keeps you up in the loop. And Come 41 as well. It keeps you in the loop.
I think I follow them.
Yeah.
I think I follow them just because of the name.
Yeah.
I was like,
the name's iconic.
It is.
Yeah.
Wait, is that their actual like at?
not their but that's their display name.
Okay, yeah, that's still cool.
And they're known as Cum 41 everywhere, but...
yeah, everybody.
Enough about My Chemical Romance damn Twitter. We can get to that at the end.
Yeah.
But... so Happy. They had some allegations brought out against their drummer. Well, now it's their ex-drummer. And in about 45 minutes, they kicked...
Literally 45 minutes.
They kicked Caleb out of the band, and then Caleb decided to act like a little dick about it on social media. I can't find his account anymore. He either blocked me or he deactivated.
I think he deactivated because somebody liked a reply that I had to it. Like, I deleted the mean reply. It wasn't mean, it was just me with my fan cam just like, haha, leave Twitter. Leave Twitter or whatever. And somebody liked my reply when somebody was like, what is this fan cam? And I was like, oh, let me see where his account is, and it's just isn't there.
Well, he had also went private, but I was one of the few people that decided to continue to follow him because I kind of figured something like that would happen, so I wanted to see what went on after the fact. And he wound up deleting all the silly tweets because he realized, like...
he messed up.
Yeah, but it was way too late for that. The damage had been done. He issued a shitty apology and then just proceeded to meme the fuck out of the entire situation.
Yeah,
and
it was a very serious situation as well.
Yeah.
That he just he was mocking people who were like standing up for the person, multiple people, who came out against him, and it was handled very poorly.
And he seemed to have in the entire hour that I spent bullying this man. He seemed to have an unhealthy obsession with @RealPPJudge and a couple other people because I got multiple Caleb notices during that situation.
You did?
I did.
I only got one.
I counted them.
Got one.
One of them he actually liked because I used one of his own tweets against him. I told him he had he had no right talking about other people because his forehead's so big, and then he proceeded to say, "Roast me, why don't you?" And he tweeted at somebody else and said that he only roasts people that are deserving of it. So I screenshotted that tweet and sent it back to him, and he liked it and said touche. So I got him.
Also, he was also bullying people's
appearances.
Like he was actually bullying people's appearances. Yeah. So he was not. He could have. He could have not acted like an asshole about it. He could have either taken a break or issued a better apology instead of memeing the situation. Exactly. He made it worse.
He made it worse for himself.
He's gone.
He's gone. I can't find him anywhere. I can't find him anywhere. So
I hope, I know he's probably he is a bad person or whatever, but I still hope he's not
dead in a ditch somewhere.
Yeah, I hope he's not suffer. I just hope he's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's it. Okay.
Would you like to talk about music now? Because I've been dreading it because the first song I remember nothing from.
Wait, what is it? What's the first song?
So enter Egypt Central released a song. I've never heard of this band before. Big up to Ray N. Yeah. Released a song called Over Soon on April 13th. That was a Monday? Was that Monday? That was Monday, wasn't it? That's Monday. That was Monday. That was last Monday. That was last Monday.
Wow. They barely missed us.
Hey, wow.
No, we could have spoken about it, but we missed them.
And we missed them. Wow, that's crazy.
Assuming they released it 12.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought I think I do remember this song, and because I'm stupid and slow, and I think I listened to it in the car today, and it was good. It was. Feels like
you don't remember it at all.
I don't remember this at all.
You're lying through your teeth. I don't remember it. I just skipped through it a little bit. It just sounds like a
song.
Alternative song.
It made noise. I don't know, like
drummy smash.
Yeah, I don't know. It put noise in my ear holes.
But yeah, we listened to the whole podcast playlist, which has everything, even all the albums in full on it. And sometimes stuff just gets mushed together. and this was one of the songs, which kind of sucks because it's a new band that I haven't heard of, and yeah.
Oh boy, my
yeah, I don't remember it.
Yeah, I don't remember it either.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but I can finally make a comment now when my face cam starts to zoom out and like become all fuzzy because it happened during the Pulses interview. Oh shit! Did I leak an interview? And I'm sitting there going like this, and I'm like,
you were just like. I think I started laughing one time when they were answering a question.
Yeah, because I
felt so bad.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not trying to like tell you guys to shut up. I'm like, I'm trying to get my thing to zoom back in. It's all fuzzy.
I think they knew.
Yeah, they knew.
Like, it was just like...
It was awkward.
Yeah, but it's okay. They were answering questions and I was talking to them.
They were answering questions.
Cool. They were really good.
Oh, now my thing's doing a silly. I'm going to disappear for 2 seconds. Okay, now I'm back. Hi. Okay. So, this is a band that I know and I listen to. A Day to Remember dropped a new single, Mind Reader, on April 15th. Now, I've heard some people call this song the best one that they've put out for this new album that keeps on getting delayed. It's good. I think it's Resentment and what's the other one? I really like the lead single off the album. I couldn't tell you the name of it though. It's Degenerates.
Degenerates.
I like that song. And I like Resentment.
That song slaps.
Yeah.
Did we listen to that song?
I don't think we did. I think we covered Resentment, but we didn't cover because Mind Reader was a lot more pop punk than metalcore because they mix sounds. It's weird. They claim that they're pop punk, but they mix that metalcore sound. And the past two singles have been much more metalcore, and this one was much more pop punk. And I obviously prefer the metalcore sound over pop punk. So it was good, and I'm very excited for whenever they decide to release the album. They claim they don't even have a release date because it got pushed back. But
that's a shame.
Yeah, I got to come back to it, but it was nice.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it. I had to listen to the intro to kind of get it to click again, but I remember it, and I think this was one of my favorites off of the playlist.
Okay.
Because it caught my attention, and it was different, a lot different from literally everything else.
Well, this week was very metal focused. There was a lot of metal.
Metal focused, and then pop.
Yeah, that was so it was a nice switch.
Yeah.
I gotta pull up the name for this fucking banger of a song. It's Cheap Cuts. Is the name of the band. Released a song.
You didn't even write,
called "Check Your Phone" on April 15th.
Oh, this
song features Pete Wentz
of Fall Out Boy.
Of Fall Out Boy. This was one of the worst songs I think I've heard ever. This was up there with "Selfie" by the Chainsmokers. That's how bad this was. Don't
do that to Selfie.
That's how bad this was. This was Chainsmokers level of bad. This was horrible. This one.
Paris. Okay, Paris. Give Paris some credit. Everything else is bad though. I'm Chainsmokers wise.
Yeah. This was just horrible. I don't even know where Pete Wentz was in the song because I really
No, he was talking the entire time. That was his thing. He was the one talking.
Well, Pete Wentz, that one should have saved the fucking drafts, bro.
He was the one saying, "Check your phone."
Wow.
Let me see.
That was so bad.
Yeah, he's the one who's saying, "Wake up, check your phone." That's him.
I couldn't even tell the difference. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That song was rough around the edges. That one was bad.
The lowest point of our podcast.
That was,
we took out
there was. Yeah, there were what I tweeted about today where we were gonna get bilingual. I took all those songs out of the playlist.
No, you didn't. I wanted to talk about the Spanish one.
I took the Spanish one out. I took the rap songs out, and I took the country song. The country song was definitely the low point of the.
The country song was a joke.
The country song was a low point, and but this was I think lower than the country song.
Oh, miles lower.
Oh my god.
There was no content.
Substance. It was just.
Substance.
It wasn't even a good mindless song. It was just garbage.
It frustrated me.
Yeah, that. You'll hear that song on the radio in a couple weeks, though. That'll be all over the radio.
Oh, good thing I'm not going in the car in a couple weeks. I think I'm stuck in my house.
Oh, quirky. Moving right along to something much better. I'm not a big fan of this band, but Asking Alexandria dropped the song "Down to Hell" on April 15th.
Whoa.
Quirky song name.
Down to heck.
Down. You said that with the most straight face to it. Down to heck.
Down.
Yeah, so down to heck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, now, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a big fan of Asking Alexandria. They're very hit or miss, more misses than hits for me personally. But I like this song. I liked it a lot. And The Violence, I think is the name of the album, is coming out on May 8th, if my memory serves me correctly. We're going to use Google here. Release.
Light a house on fire. Like a house on fire.
May 15th. Okay. So it's the week after the Hayley album. That's like where that's where I put everything. Like I pick one album and that's how I know. So it's 1 week. Map out it's 1 week after the Hayley album then. Okay. So yeah.
Oh my god. April's almost over. Sorry, that just clicked
almost
for me.
over. April is
That's
almost
an
over.
L.
Yeah. But yeah. It was good.
Yeah.
It was a song.
It was a song.
It was one of the better songs that we listened to this
definitely.
Week. But it's still, I don't know.
The best studio song. That we listened to. Well, for me.
Well, for you, but
for me,
this week, when we listened to the playlist and I hit Trivium, motherfucker. When I hit Trivium, we're going.
What was that?
What was that? My mom's blending.
I can't hear that.
Oh, good. The noise suppression's working. It sure as hell picking it up on stream.
Oh, for Discord.
Yeah.
Well, for Discord, I can't hear it.
Awesome, perfect. Then I'm gonna keep talking because typically I'm like, well, shit. Then I mute my mic, but I don't have to do that this time. Yeah. But yeah, once we got to Trivium, I'll get to that. But Trivium was definitely my favorite off the thing this week. Getting to a song that I fucking despised that wasn't the Pete Wentz song, Hayley Williams. I
can't believe you're saying this.
Why We Ever, released on April 16th. God fucking damn it. This was not the worst song off part 2, but this was a miss. A fat miss. And I say it every single time we talk about her, which I think she's dropping a song every week up until the release of the album.
Yeah.
She made a tweet today, because I guess people are making comments about how she's releasing the album, and she made a sarcastic video tweet today talking about how, I could use a thing or learn a thing or two from, these reviewers and stuff. I've been in the music industry for 15 years, but I don't know how to release a record. I don't know, Hayley. The way it seems, the way you're releasing this record, it doesn't feel like you know how to release a record, because this is one of the worst releases I've ever seen for a record.
Yeah, she is releasing every song every week. And she still has a couple weeks until her album comes out.
This is a horrible release schedule. I don't know who okayed this. I don't.
Release schedule, this is just a horrible plan.
Yeah.
She's releasing her entire album. She put out an EP that had 7 songs on it?
5, but she's put out 8 songs in total off the album. Unless this album's going to be 25 songs long, the album's out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just leak it at this point. There's two sides of this coin. There's Hayley, who's releasing a song every week, and we don't know how long the album is, but I don't think it's going to be as long as the other album I'm going to compare it to. Whereas the 1975 have an album coming out in a month, and it's 22 songs long, and we've heard 3 or 4 songs off of it in total.
2.
3, 4.
3, 4, really?
Yes. Because People was the lead single. We've talked about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We talked about the last 2, so there should be 4. And this that album has been pushed back multiple times, and there's still only been 4 songs put out, whereas Hayley's album has not been pushed back once.
Yeah.
And we've heard half of it probably, at least.
Yeah.
If not more.
Half of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
probably more.
Probably
honestly,
more.
Most albums are usually
cap out at
15
15 songs, most of them.
Yeah.
So it's a bit strange to me, but you know what? If it works,
if she wants to do
if that's how she wants to release an album, so fucking be it. But I disagree with it.
Is it? You think it's maybe like a money thing, where it's like people buy the singles as they're released? Because it costs more to buy the singles on iTunes rather than to buy the full album when it comes out.
I don't even think it's like a money thing, because nobody buys music anymore. Everybody streams it.
Yeah.
So
Except
it's aside from your
tiny CD collection.
Well, no. CDs are a different story. Nobody buys digital music anymore. So I don't think it's that kind of standpoint. I don't even know what's going through her head right now. Listen, she's an established artist. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. But me, the 17-year-old sitting in my house talking on a music podcast, says that it's a horrible idea. And most of the bigger, more established music reviewers have said the same thing. So if her label's letting her do it, so be it.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, this is just what she wanted to do for her first album. Like, I want to give people as much music as I can.
I understand now that we're like stuck at home, what these bands are doing, like the Used is doing it, and we'll get into that. But she was doing it before we were in quarantine. She was doing it in fucking January and February when she first announced the album. She was like, "Oh, here's an EP."
Exactly.
What?
Wait, where did that?
Yeah, where'd that come from?
See, I don't like. Well, I can't say I don't like. I'm just gonna say I don't like. I don't like when bands release like EPs before an album, because then I personally feel like overwhelmed with content. Unless it's like still like maybe like 2-3 months until.
Blink-182 did that with their last album. They released Blink-182 did something like that. They released an EP like a week before the album came out, and I don't think But it's Blink-182, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter because nobody listened to it because Blink-182 is fucking garbage.
Well, their first album was good.
Current Blink-182 is trash.
Yeah.
So,
I still haven't listened to 9.
I haven't either. I bought it on Black Friday for 50% off. I was like, oh, it's got a cool. I'm like, it's got a cool cover. Yeah, it's
really cool.
Yeah, it's got a cool cover.
I won't. But I would.
Yeah.
I would paint it.
Yeah, I'm like...
I still won't, though.
Yeah, I would paint it if I hated myself.
If I wanted No.
If I wanted something to set on fire, I would totally paint it.
Oh, my God.
But anyways, to the actual song, it was not as slow as that Roses, Lotus, whatever the hell that song was. That was boring. And I think there was like that Friend song, My Only Friend, or whatever the hell that... I'm pulling up her discography page. I gotta... Alright, so My Friend, that song was... I think that song was the most boring off of the entirety of Part 2 so far, with Roses, Lotus, Virus, whatever the fuck, coming in second. And then this one, Over You, it's up here. Off of Part 2, that's number 1. And then, like... Why ever wrote it, blah, 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 and then My Friend. They're very close to each other.
Yeah, they're like...
With the only one having a chance, I think, to grow on me being this song, actually. I didn't... it wasn't loop worthy, but I didn't... I'm sitting here and shitting on it, but I didn't hate it. I've hated other of her songs. This was not loop worthy. And typically I loop her songs when they come out.
Simmer.
No, it was not Simmer. It wasn't Over Yet.
I think I only liked one of her songs that she's released, which really sucks because I keep saying this. I want to support her and I want to stream her music, but I don't like
it's just not for you, and that's completely okay. But yeah. It's
Cinnamon was good.
Cinnamon was good. A Sudden Desire was a smacker. Sudden Desire, bro, she didn't have to do that, but she did that. That was a good song.
She definitely didn't have to.
She definitely didn't have to drop it, but she did.
Yeah, she did. She did though.
Yeah. So had to listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. That was great.
Yeah, it was fantastic, actually. So moving right along, to...
Bye, Hayley.
And bye, Hayley. I'll see you... Hopefully, we'll see you next week, because you've been putting out a fucking song every week.
Probably. Honestly,
I think she tweeted and said she's dropping a song every week until the album comes out.
Shut up.
I'm like, what? Do you... Now, what I want to know is, are these actually all singles? Because she really hasn't said anything about the album other than it's coming out. There was never really an official announcement. It was just like, oh, by the way. So are these B-sides? Yeah, oh, by the way, there's a new song and I'm dropping an album on May 8th. Like, I didn't even know the date. I had to ask multiple people, and then everybody gave me the same consistent answer. So I'm like, okay, she's got an album coming out. Are these B-sides? Or are they straight from the album? Because we haven't seen the track list yet.
That's true.
So we don't know where these songs are coming from. Are these just... Because then it changes everything. Everything I just said is completely null and void. If these are B-sides and weren't going to see the light of day anyway.
Mm-hmm. If these are just stuff that didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
These are the extra songs that...
Yeah, so like
just give them out.
Yeah, part 1 could have been songs off the album. And then part 2 could be the songs that didn't make the cut. And probably we're going to see a part 3.
I think maybe the songs that have... Just say part 3!
Yeah, I'm saying we're going to see a part 3.
I mean, we have enough time.
I mean, we do. She could do it. She could do it. She could have 15... She could have 15 songs out before the album came out, bro.
Shut up. Please don't say that. Don't say that. You're going to wish it into existence. No, but... I think the ones with the music videos are going to be the ones that are actually on the album, and then everything else is just, like...
I mean, it's possible, and we always hear that these artists have just a ton of content that has been written for an album, and only some of it sees the cut. But these are also fully polished songs, so unless she had intentions to release them anyway, and it's not like with quarantine she's dropping them because... I still think that they're all on the album, personally, but that is just another thing, because I don't think anybody would drop this many singles. Like, anybody.
No, I haven't seen this before.
I haven't seen this either. Like, I know Parks got close to it with, like, 6 singles or something. But they...
No. Well, they did Turbulent.
They dropped 5 or 6.
Oh, wow, they did? I never even realized that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the last couple are, like, on top of each other, and then they dropped the album not too longer after that. But they did a good job of spacing those 3 initial singles.
Yeah.
And then they just were like, okay, we're bored. We're just going to put out 3 more songs. And they very closely together. But the way she's doing it, she didn't even space the ones that have music videos. They were, like, on top of each other.
Yeah. Like, wasn't it all, like, in the same month that she dropped the ones with the music videos?
No, because the first one came out in late January, and then the others came out in February, and then since March hit, we've seen like 6 Hayley songs in like a month.
Yeah. God, dude. Like, I if it was I'm trying to connect it to a band that I would be like super excited about.
If it was 21 Pilots.
Like, if 21 Pilots was like, hey, new song every week, or like what Green Day's doing, or whatever.
Well, Green Day is doing covers, so it's in a completely different vein. They're not going to be making an album out of it, and if they do, it's just going to be the covers that they put out, compiled into an album.
Quattro. It's just all covers. Yeah, but, like, if 21 Pilots was like, hey guys, we're doing a new album, here's a new song every week until leading up to then, I'd be like, yo, that's sick. And I would be like really happy about it. But then in the back of my head I'd be like, this is kind of stupid, but like, it's content, it's new songs. So I'm pretty sure like her fan base is really excited and happy about it, but it's like,
I've seen lots of praise for it, but looking at like an outside view. Now Sam just pulled a quote out of my ass that I've said on here, apparently. She had tweeted about dropping the album in EPs in a tweet or something, and Sam claims I talked about it on here too. So that happened. I don't remember that.
Wow. I don't remember that either, but
I don't. And now she's saying I said it in DMs, and I don't remember saying it there either.
Oh my god.
But I don't remember saying much. I don't remember much. So
I mean, Sam watches almost all the podcasts, so like I trust her to know what you say on here.
Out of anyone, I would trust her more than myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I forget half the time what we say on here.
The only thing that we remember is
Smooth Shane.
we remember all the jokes before we start talking, and then once we start talking, we're like, never mind.
It just all goes away. Like the second you hit stop.
Yeah, it's like
it's just like
we joked about Smooth Shane, right?
Yeah. Did anybody else black out after Smooth Shane?
Yeah, because I know I did. So Angels and Arrows.
Sorry, every time I catch myself in interviews just looking. I see myself and I'm like, okay, background's fine. That's always crooked. Just now realizing, or is that crooked? And then I see Smooth Shane just behind me, just staring. And then I'm like, okay, whatever. And then my eye catches colored, printed, glossy Smooth Shane above my door, and he's staring at me because the eyes follow. And that's usually when I turn off my camera and mute myself in an interview, and I just
giggle,
cry,
giggle, cry,
weep. Yeah.
Like the emo where you're like. Ah. Anyways, Angels and Airwaves, huh?
Moving on.
Moving right along. Angels and Airwaves.
Oh my god, I skipped past everything.
They dropped a song today called not today, on the 16th called
16th.
All That's Left Is Love.
Love.
It's the first time I've listened to Angels and Airwaves, and I thought it was alright.
It was.
And I get they've got. I've seen some people like absolutely like bonkers over this song, and I'm like, it was just
like it. Here. Oh wait, this is that song. I liked this song. Sorry, again, I don't recognize like title tracks. Well, for some bands, like whatever, I can recognize title tracks, but like, because this is the first time I'm listening to them, I really like this one because it was like a. It was. So, I have a thing with music where it's like I can't listen to bands like Max, Don't Kill Me, but like Modern Baseball, where it's like they have that kind of like garage band sound, you know, where it's all almost like
cheap sounding,
like muddled.
Yeah, cheap sounding.
It kind of everything's on the same line or whatever. But I always like the vocals because they're more raw and they're not as polished as like radio or whatever. Yeah. Or studio tracks. But I really liked this song because it had the polished sound of like, you know, the drums and recording and track and everything. But the vocals were still the same. Of like
the raw sound. So it mixed the two things that you like. That's good.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's why I like the song. I thought it was really cool, and I might check out the band. Might, because I'm probably going to forget. But
I felt that.
I'm going to make an attempt to.
Awesome.
So,
fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember anything other than that it was alright. I mean, if I don't remember it, it was probably just, you know, meh, alright.
Okay, yeah.
So,
but I really liked it.
Yeah, so I'm glad you had something to say. Yeah.
Angels and Airwaves, even though you're probably like
too big for us.
Yeah. Unless
I mean alright. Moving right along. Yeah. Dance Gavin Dance, 3 Wishes on April 16th. Yep. I blacked out. I must have blacked out when I listened to the song because I remember fucking nothing. I don't remember a single thing.
Oh, the cover art's cool. It's like a minotaur. Oh my god, I can't. Oh yeah, I wasn't a fan of the song, but like the name is cool of the band. I don't know.
The album leaked today. I'm gonna listen to that after we're done here.
Dance Gavin Dance's
album. Leaked today.
Oh, yikes.
Because they have an album coming out on the 24th. But yeah, I don't remember. I can't even sit here and make something up because I genuinely don't remember.
I think we're just tired today because of the interview.
Yeah, the interview was short though, so it didn't really take much out of it.
Yeah, but like it's still an interview.
It's gonna suck. The one on Thursday. It's early.
No, because I'm doing an all-nighter because. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I'll just have to push through the depersonalization, whatever that is. I'll just push through that, and I'll just act like everything's okay, and then
pass out.
Cry.
Yeah.
Or pass out. Yeah. Whichever one. Maybe both. Anyways.
Trivium. I'm starting to notice you got a bunch of these dates wrong.
Did I?
I have a feeling most of these songs came out on the 17th, but yeah.
No, I checked the Spotify.
Oh, okay. Then I'll trust you on it.
That's where I got everything.
Okay.
Trivium. Here. I'm gonna check. Trivium.
Trivium. Their album leaked today.
Amongst the Shadows.
Amongst the Shadows and the Stories.
Released April 16th.
Okay.
2020.
Amongst the Shadows and the Stones came out on April 16th. Their album leaked today, and I listened to it. It was very good. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Because the album, we'll be talking about it next week. But this song, this is the first time I've ever listened to Trivium. I have tickets to see them over the summer with
cool.
Megadeth and Lamb of God. I was going to sell those tickets because, the infamous Sam pussied out of going. But I've decided Trivium smacks. I'm now going. If Corona allows me to go with the rescheduled date or whatever they had decided to do. The first time I listened to the song, I got the most intense goosebumps I think I've ever gotten listening to a song. When I tell you the hairs on my chin stood up, motherfucker, they stood up. I got goosebumps everywhere. It was... That was a spiritual experience. I had an experience listening to the song for the first time. And then I proceeded to listen to the album because it leaked. And the title track, which is out, so I can say something about it. I have been looping the title track because that thing fucking smacks. The title track of the album, which is what the Dead Man say. Fucking smacks.
All right. That's good. Yeah. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I had an out-of-body experience. I think that's what it was like.
I had the exact opposite.
I cried
right as it started because it's so angry. It's so.
It was heavy when it started. I was like, "Holy shit!"
It scared me because I'm just painting here, just like, when I paint, I saw you and I fell in love and you smiled because you knew. I'm painting that, and I was like, this is so nice and calming, and that's just. Jesus Christ, dude! I had to skip that.
Yeah, I was like, "Whoa!" And I was like, my neck hurt. I headbanged so fucking hard, bro. I was like, "Holy shit!" I'm like, "This is crazy." Like, whoa! Like, wow! This is what I've been missing out on.
Well, you got it now.
And I got it. And I'm going through it, man. I think I found my new obsession.
Oh my god! Don't tell Korn, Motionless in White, Slipknot.
Motionless in White, Slipknot. I'm trying not to burn out too quickly because I can feel it coming for Korn, so I gotta find something else to obsess over.
Oh no.
So yeah, Trivium. We'll be talking about the album next week. We're gonna have a lot of metal to talk about next week, Lori. Trivium, Dance Gavin Dance, and then The Used isn't metal, but Screamo, and you like The Used anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, I love The Used. They're not Screamo.
They're, especially their older stuff, and they claim they're going back to their older sound for this album, but we shall see. Some of the singles have been their older sound. Others have been the newer, popular sound. They're mixing the two, and it's sex. It's great. I love it.
It's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yours truly dropped a single on the 16th. Composure. This is the first time I've listened to Yours truly, and you have something you want to say because I'm afraid I'm going to get flamed if I say it. So you also agreed with me when I said this in private. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh shoot! Yes. Okay. So. I was listening to the song by Yours Truly, Composure, and I thought it sounded like the
Saint Atlantic.
Saint Atlantic, yeah. And we had the exact same thought because he brought it up first, and I was like, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And it's not because it's a female lead.
Yeah, I'm not like
their sounds are very similar, at least in my opinion, from a person who doesn't listen to both of them like religiously or whatever. Like, I can compare them, and their sounds were similar.
As someone who listens to Saint Atlantic a lot on the regular, because I really enjoy Saint Atlantic, and I simp over Bonnie. Like, I knew, obviously, because I was looking at the fucking Spotify page, that it wasn't a Saint Atlantic song, but, like, if you put that in front of me for the first time and said, listen to this, I would say that was a Saint Atlantic song without knowing who it was by. So, yeah. It's nothing bad, because Saint Atlantic fucking smacks.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's a compliment.
Yeah, it's definitely a compliment. But, and I'm excited to see them over the summer if Corona allows me to, because they're on Stay at Summer.
Oh, Corona.
Oh, Corona.
God. Taking everything from
Taking
us.
everything. So,
Frick you, Corona.
Billy Joe and Green Day dropped a song on the 17th called I Think We're Alone Now. Is this a cover?
That's a cover.
It's a cover. It's one
Yeah.
of those No Fun Mondays, but they dropped it on Spotify on a Friday, so we're saying it was dropped
Nice
on Friday.
job, Billy.
Attaboy, Billy. Way to keep it going. It was a cover. It was Green Day.
Yeah, it sounded. It was just.
It just
Green
sounded
Day.
like Green Day.
It was Green Day.
Yeah, Green Day's got that distinctive sound. Whether you think it's good or not is a completely subjective question, and I don't really want to get into that because we've had our fair share.
Is gonna kill you.
We've had our fair share of Green Day discussions. I still have to listen to them. I do, and I plan on it.
I listen to most of their albums. I think, but if
their discography is just so big that it has like turned me away because there has been multiple times where I'm like, okay, today's the day. I'll finally give Dookie a chance. Give whatever the fuck the
I'd
obscure.
Start with Warning or American Idiot.
I've already listened to American Idiot a bunch.
Oh, taste. All right.
Yeah.
Warning then.
Yeah, but like there's been multiple times where I'm like, I'm going to listen to Green Day today, and then I go to their discography page. And I'm like, that's a lot of albums. That's a lot of choices. And I've already listened to the big one that everyone's like, start with that. So I'm like, I don't know where to go from here. So I go back to listening to the metal I was listening to beforehand.
To the same Slipknot song.
Yeah, the same.
The Twist.
Yeah, the Twist. I just looped Twist by Korn. Twist. Yeah, fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, Twist.
That's the only
Twist.
song I know. Did you just get like possessed?
Yeah, sorry.
Bruh. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So it was Green Day. It sounded like a Green Day song, but it was a cover. So that was exciting.
Yeah, my problem with it, as we've been saying this entire time, it just sounded like Green Day. And I know a band is supposed to have like at least like still a hint of their original sound or whatever in their music, except for Panic at the Disco. But like it just sounded like a Green Day song. Like if you took a song from 21st Century Breakdown or 21st Century
Breakdown? Yeah, I think it's Breakdown.
21st Century Breakdown and Radio Revolution or whatever. If you switched a couple of those songs,
Revolution Radio.
I wouldn't be able to tell. Revolution Radio.
It all their shit sounds the same.
Yeah.
If you like that, good for you. But
exactly, that's
there's nothing wrong with it. But
yeah.
It's just okay.
Yeah, I prefer it when artists and bands drastically switch up their
not even like, drastically, just like change it up so it doesn't sound exactly the same. Yeah. Now that's part of the reason why, if we're gonna get into the Green Day discussion, that is part of the reason, motherfucker. Okay.
Lost his camera.
Yeah, I'm dying. Okay, I'm back. Hi. So that is actually part of the reason why I liked Father of All. Not because it's good from a lyrical standpoint or from a musical standpoint, but because it was different. It did not sound like. Now the singles might have sounded like every other Green Day song, but once you got past those singles, they brought something new to the table.
Yeah, it was more poppy.
Yeah, it's pathetic to say for a band that's fucking 20 plus years old that they finally brought something new to the table.
They're doing their best.
Yeah, they're doing their best. 20 years later, they're like, we're going to make a joke album, and we're finally going to change our sound. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And you could it was still a Green Day album, and you could still tell it was Green Day because Billy has that voice that like you hear and you're like, that's Green Day.
That's Green Day, yeah.
But
which is so cool. By the way, I love that.
Yeah, pulling away from the vocals because the vocals are always just Green Day vocals and you can't get away from that. That's completely okay. If you can tell a band from the vocals, that's completely okay, but like most of the songs sound the same. Whereas once you got past those first 3 songs on Father of All, they sounded different, which I thought was cool. I'm not saying that they were good. I'm not saying they were good.
But it was different.
But I'm saying they were different. So now looking back on it a couple months later, that I think is the reason why I like that album.
Okay, yeah, I could agree with you on that.
Because I haven't gotten
despises that album.
Yeah, I haven't went back to it since I said I liked it. I haven't listened to it. I haven't went back to it, but I think that is the reason why. So.
Yeah, I agree. It's 20 years and they finally added something new. Wasn't good.
Yeah.
But is new. It's a step in the right direction.
It was a step in the right direction.
You know?
And would you say? Now, I think I might be pulling at something here and reaching really far.
Okay.
But American Idiot, do you think that was slightly different from the typical Green Day sound? At least some of the songs on that album.
Some of the songs.
Some of the songs on the album, yeah. Like I'm thinking the closer track, mostly. I haven't listened to much Green Day, but that closer track. What's her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like oh my god, I almost messed up and said something. Wait, I need to. I don't listen to them, so I don't. Okay, no, I was right. Holiday. Like that's like a song that is just Green Day's sound.
Yeah,
like, that's just Green
Day.
Well,
when you think of Green Day, your stereotypical person thinks of a couple songs: Boulevard of Broken Dreams, or Holiday, and then there's like Basket Case, American Idiot, Wake Me Up When September Ends, which is an outlier in all of the other songs that we would name, all the other big singles. Wake Me Up When September Ends is definitely an outlier in that sound category because it's an acoustic song, or at least part of it is. So,
well, no, most of it. Yeah. I listened to it the other day. I think after he played it live, which we'll talk about in a second. Yeah. But I listened to it and I was like, oh yeah, this is a different turn. Because even when they he gets off of the acoustic guitar or whatever in the beginning, it still sounds different from Green Day's like upbeat, just kind of like in your face.
In your face, kind of more same like
a step back. Yeah. Which is good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
So they have some songs that are different from their original Green Day sound.
Yeah, Green Day Punch.
But
most of it is just the fucking same. And this cover was no exception.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we were talking about a cover.
Yeah, pulling it back in, bringing it back into the topic list. The cover was no exception.
It was a cover.
It was a cover. There's nothing much to say about it except it sounded like Green Day.
Exactly, because it wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it was just kind of like...
It's just there.
Okay. Yeah, they did a cover, okay.
Yeah, okay, moving right along.
Literally, moving right along.
Diused has an album dropping on Friday. Heartwork. Stream it, motherfuckers. With every single that they drop, I am getting more and more excited for this album. So we'll break it down single by single, because they have dropped 4 singles in 4 days.
Wild.
Although only one of them is on streaming services, and that's the one we're starting with. The others have been like premiered through a news source, and the video's unlisted, so it's harder to find if you're not looking for it or have their Twitter notifications on, or if you're not in the news server, which is on Discord. I don't want to like plug a link, but it is on Discord. You should totally go join it, because we ping every day when they drop a new song.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't have to.
You don't have to look for it.
Notifications on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. You don't have to have their Twitter notifications on or anything. I have them on so I can let you guys know the second that they drop it, and then I drop a shitty MP3 of it in announcements too. So we're gonna move right into Cathedral Bell, which was the first song. They put it through a news source the day before, so it officially released on the 17th. At 10 at midnight, but I had heard it obviously the day before, and it wasn't like, oh, I got it illegal means. It was, I downloaded it from fucking YouTube.
Okay.
So this was definitely where you could see the pop side of where the new album is. Not saying that's a bad thing, because I still really like this song. I want to hear your thoughts on it, Glory. First song.
Oh, okay.
Cathedral Bell.
Cathedral Bell. Okay, let me try and remember.
It was the one on the playlist.
Yeah, I know that. I've put that down. Okay, let me hear the beginning, because that usually triggers the. If I can find it, God, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, whatever. You said it was pop.
Poppier.
Like
it was a dark pop.
Dark pop, which is good.
Yes.
And I like dark pop.
Yes.
So I actually need to pick up more dark pop. Whatever. I thought it was good, and I liked this side of the used more. Actually, no. I still prefer. I've only listened to the one album in full. Of course, I've listened to like I think half of their live album, the one that has I forget which one. I think they're Christmas
Oh,
song or whatever.
maybe Memories live.
Yeah, yeah, that one. So I think I've listened to like half that album live, and then the blue one with the
The
triangle
Canyon.
mountain.
I
Yeah,
have
that
not
one.
listened to that album yet.
It's really good.
Yeah.
But if I really like it, you might not like it as much.
Well, because their newer stuff. This is definitely, from what I've heard of their newer stuff, this single is bringing in more of that newer sound. Where some of the other singles we're going to talk about, and the singles that they put out before this, Paradise Lost and Blow Me, right? Is the name of it? Blow Me.
Yeah.
Are reminiscent of their older sounds on the first 3 albums.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I forgot that was them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but I still really enjoyed this song. And,
Yeah,
it's definitely not my favorite of the singles. I think that might actually go to the one that they dropped today. I looped the fuck out of that. Like I actually zoned out. I was like, wow, this is so good. I'm gonna zone out. Moving right along to the next one that they dropped on the 18th. This one, now we're getting into ones that aren't on streaming services, but they're out, so we're talking about them anyway. Obvious Blase, featuring Travis Barker.
Travis Barker.
I like this song a lot. This is going back more to their older sound. Yeah.
Yeah, it was yeah, I mean it had Travis in it, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really like that. I usually like most of the songs that he's drumming in.
Yeah.
I don't know. He chooses good songs to feature in.
He does.
He's very good with that. Like he's been in I'm not gonna talk about Machine Gun Kelly here. But like he's done that. That's pretty cool. Good for him. But this one might have been my second favorite single, with the one that's on streaming services at the bottom, actually. But I thought it was good, and I like, because this had the more heavier sound, right?
Yes, this was definitely on the heavier side,
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was really nice.
Every single song that they put out, I've enjoyed somewhat, some more than others. And every single one has done its job, which is getting me excited for the album. Every single day I'm getting more and more excited for the album to leak, because I'm a piece of shit. I'm not waiting until Friday. I've been checking Kingdom leaks a couple times a day. Like, is this album out yet?
That's fair.
Now moving right along to actually my least favorite single, Gravity's Rainbow, dropped on the 19th.
Wait, this is your least favorite?
There's something about it. It's good, but it didn't have like the loop factor to it. Like, I listened to it a couple of times, like trying to get into it, and I'm like, I just can't find something that I really, really enjoy about it. I was like, this is a
my
bust.
favorite.
I'm not surprised.
Wow. Bro, I really like that song. But, like, I really, because the intro, the beginning, the first couple seconds really caught my attention. So I was like, oh, okay, I need to pay attention to this song, because I really liked it. I vibed with it.
Yeah.
And I think I told you when I was listening to it, I was like, bro, Rainbow, whatever, I like it. Gravity's Rainbow, I vibe with it.
I vibe with it. Yeah.
I vibe with it.
I thought it was alright. But like I said, I think it's my least favorite out of all the songs that they've dropped. Bloody Nose dropped today on the Funny Weed Number.
Weed Number.
This, I think, is my favorite. It was heavy, and I think it's heavy. It's not as heavy as Blow Me and Paradise Lost, but it's up there. Yeah. So I'm hoping that there's more of those on the album than the slower ones. Like, if I had to rank, doing it. If I had to rank the heaviest, the heaviness of the singles and the ones that aren't on streaming services, it would go Blow Me, Paradise Lost, Bloody Nose, Obvious Blase, Gravity's Rainbow, Cathedral Bell.
You didn't think Gravity's Rainbow was hard?
It was heavy, but there are other songs out that are heavier.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I'm not like rating it on what I think, how I think I enjoyed it. I'm rating it based on the heaviness, and I think that is
comparing the. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, there was something about this song, man. When I first started listening to it, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about this, and then it kicked in, and I'm like, ooh. Like, can we get a leak yet?
Drop that album. Leak it.
Do it.
Do it.
Leaky,
You won't.
Come
on, put some more.
Come on.
Put some more. Oh, I hate that meme. Okay. Black Dahlia Murder.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I can't pronounce the album name.
Let me see. Verminous.
Verminous. I mean, that's probably right.
Oh wait, I think I actually misspelled it. Wait a second, that's not... Wait, I misspelled it. Okay, it's an E instead of an I. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's verminous. Because it's like vermin, like a rat. And then...
Well, they have... Their closer track is Dawn of the Rats, or whatever, on the album.
There you go. See, look at me go.
Yeah.
Wow, so I can read.
Yeah, this dropped on Friday.
Yeah.
And when I first saw that it was melodic death metal, I'm like, I'm not one for death metal, because I constitute death metal as just like noise. But throw the word melodic in front of it, and I really like death metal. I don't know. I've been playing this album a lot.
Yeah.
Child of Night is definitely my favorite, and it's like that noise that he makes in the middle of the song. I couldn't remake it, but I think you know what I'm talking about, and if you've listened to it, you would probably know what I'm talking about. There's something about that song that I really, really like. But this album has definitely been something I've been playing on loop since I listened to The Leak.
L. I think you told me about that. You're like, I'm gonna listen to The Leak, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. Because it leaked like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I sent it to Rayanne, and I'm like, I'm gonna make Glory talk about this album. I'm gonna make Glory do it. And I had never listened to Black Dahlia Murder beforehand, but I'm like, melodic death metal, I'm gonna torture the fuck out of Glory.
Thanks for that.
Anytime. And I listened to it. I'm like, wow, that's really good. That's really good. So yeah, that happened.
Yeah. So I listened to it. I did it because it was on the playlist. It was on because I'm poor. I don't have Spotify Premium. So when I was listening to it, it was all scrambled. So it's like 1 minute I had The Used playing, and then the next minute I had Black Dahlia Murder. So I didn't know what track I was listening to unless I clicked my phone to see what was playing. But I was listening to one, and apparently it was the opening track, and I really liked that one.
Good.
It was a good album. Like, it was well produced. I hate saying this because you guys make fun of me for it, but I really like the instruments in it. So that's the one thing. If you could take out the vocals from every metal band, I would listen to it. You know?
Yeah.
Because I don't like the aggressive just noises. I don't like that. So
no, the first time I listened to it, I was like a little iffy on it. Like, it was not a sell on the first go around. I knew it had potential when I listened to it, but it definitely took... I only listened to it once, The Leak.
Yeah.
But once it came out, I'm like, ooh, that good. That's good. So yeah. Very much enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't hate it.
I didn't go that far.
No.
I didn't hate it. It's good for what it is.
Like, I know there have been certain things that I've shown you that you can't even get through it. So I'm glad you were able to get through it and find something other than like the instruments where you're like, I have a song that I can bring to the table and say that I actually like this song. I won't come back to it, but I did enjoy it.
I did enjoy it when it was on. I was like, oh man, I can vibe to this for this one time.
Yeah, for this one time, for this one singular time, I can find enough vibe to vibe to this.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Exactly. We could talk about that one song now. I'll be like, hey, let's talk about metal. That one song.
Yeah, that one song.
Like. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
It's crazy.
Am I allowed to call Austin when we have him on the sheet for the next song?
No.
Okay.
You can.
So
no, it's not.
Patent Pending featuring Twink Boy, Austin Knight. Wobble featuring Austin Knight came out on Friday.
Yeah.
Alright, listen, I've heard very mixed things about this. I heard some people say Wobble fucking smacks. And I heard people say Wobble fucking sucks. And I'm here to tell you I'm right in the middle. I'm right in the middle.
Yeah. I think... What? That's how I feel about it. Yeah. You know, because I didn't know Austin was on the track. Firstly, because you had to tell me that, because I was like, I don't know who this artist is, but like, I don't know who put it on the list, but I'll listen to it. And it was cool. I thought the ending was a little long. Like, I feel like they could have cut it after, like, maybe the third to last make the beat wobble or whatever. And it kind of dragged on near the end.
Yeah.
I didn't hear Austin at all. Maybe I wasn't listening for him because I wasn't aware he was in it.
Yeah.
But like it was decent.
So
it didn't seem like the type of thing he would be on though.
Well, he also was on that Little Fag song, so.
Yeah, but that wasn't him. That was his alter ego.
Okay. I mean,
whatever his name is. I forgot his name.
Not really important, but yeah, he was on that.
Yeah,
he was on that song. So I wasn't surprised. Plus, they've tried to bring some rap into, or whatever the fuck this was. They've tried to bring this into the Waterparks like discography. Like we saw some of it on Fandom. So when I heard the song, I was like, oh, I'm not surprised that this is something Austin's on. Plus, with a title named fucking Wobble, like of course Austin was like, yeah, I'll fucking do it. But I thought that his verse was very out of place. The song had like this strong vibe to it. I don't know. Like it just felt like a punch in the face. Like not necessarily a good punch in the face. I thought that the song was mediocre, but like it was a punch in the face in a way. And Austin's verse just seemed lacking. Austin's verse was the same verse as everybody else, okay? Because the song repeated the same 5 fucking things over and over again. This one was just lighter than everything else. I'm like, that's Twink Boy. So, that's what I have to say. Doesn't fucking smack like some people are saying, but it doesn't fucking suck either.
Doesn't. Yeah, exactly.
It's just, it's like
right in the middle. It was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay. Yeah. It's there to listen to.
Yeah, it's there. I think it's like that's gonna be like a summery anthem kind of song. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I can see that. So now we're going to Niall Horan, The Killers, Billy Joe, and Liam Payne.
All participated in the big thing called Together at Home on April 18th.
With like 50 other artists.
Yeah, but these are just the artists that like we would typically cover. So we're like, okay.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't watch the thing. I didn't even know it was happening until you talked about it. So I listened to...
I was talking about it all day. Yeah. I was so happy.
I was listening to the recordings on Spotify of the ones that we covered here, and I thought, like, now for being at home, I was shocked at how good these recordings were. Now, granted, most of these artists were obviously bigger artists, but, like, I'm happy they were actually, like, recorded with equipment and not pulled from the live stream that they were streaming kind of thing.
Yeah. I think a lot of them were actually pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Except Niall, I don't think his was pre-recorded.
Niall's was definitely the weakest sounding.
Yeah. But it felt like he was just, because he performs a lot when he live streams on like Instagram or whatever, and it just sounded
it sounded like that, and even the audio kind of sounded like that too, like an Instagram live stream kind of audio, which it wasn't horrible because it didn't sound horrible, so I can give him that. But I was glad that they sounded polished, if that makes sense.
Like especially the Killers, like theirs was really good for that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you heard Liam's, but like I know I said this before, but like he popped off. On that
you said this after the thing.
Oh, like I'm so happy that he. Oh my god, he did so good.
Yeah,
he did so good. Are we gonna talk about the songs that they?
We can.
Okay, so I'm gonna go down the list from Niall, Killers, Billy Joe, Liam Payne. So Niall he opened up with Black and White. He opened it up with Black and White. I think he was in the first hour of the actual live stream when it started. Cool. So he basically opened up the live stream, which was really cool. Good for you. And then his second song that he did in, I think, the last hour of the live stream was Slow Hands, which was on Flickr in 2017 or whatever. And the Killers did Warning and Mr. Brightside, right? Yeah. I don't think in that order. I think it was actually Mr. Brightside and then Warning.
No, it was Caution. Is the name of it.
Caution. Yeah. Sorry. Same thing. Same concept. Yeah. It's whatever. Billy Joe, he just did one, right? He did Wake Me Up when September ends.
Yeah.
And and then Liam, my boy, I love him. Okay. He did Midnight, but an acoustic version versus the original, like, upbeat ba ba ba. He did that, and he opened up in the second hour, I want to say, and then he did it was the one with Rita. Oh my god.
L.
Wait. For You with Rita Ora, and it was really good. Like his setup, his camera, like you could see his pores. That's how like high, like. So yeah, he did really good. I'm very proud of all of them. Good job, Billy.
Attaboy, Billy.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
The other Billy also performed as well.
Yeah.
Eyelash, Miss Eyelash.
Bibble's Eyelash.
So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Thinking about Dacian and what he said about.
No, we're cutting that out. We're cutting that out.
No, we're not. I'm uploading this. The way it is.
Oh,
on the interview. Okay.
Yeah.
We gotta sit down and do that.
No.
What did I think?
So, yeah, what'd you think of Niall Killer's Billy Joe? Because I know you didn't hear Liam, but like I can assure you, he did good. So like.
All right, fine. I'll take your word for it. I thought, like I said, it sounded good for what it was, which is socially distancing, making music. You know.
Yeah.
That sentence made no sense, but you know where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's all I have to say because, like, yeah. That's really all I have to say. Like, it was just home recordings of songs that they've already put out, and it wasn't bad. It was good for what it was.
Yeah.
I think it would have been better to experience it, but I was at work, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, moving right along to a band that I know I talk about a lot, but I don't know if many people know how much I'm into them, and that is Point North. Finally dropped a song. We talked about their last song, Into the Dark, with
we did?
Featuring Kellen Quinn.
Yes.
And I had said on the podcast, I hope they play it live, and I hope they play it with Kellen Quinn at the Jersey date. And guess what they did? They played it with Kellen Quinn at the Jersey date. So I'm fully convinced that I'm good at calling stuff on the podcast because I did the same thing with Jonas Brothers. I'm like, I hope they play the Christmas song live, and guess what they did? Played the Christmas song live.
Oh my god, no they didn't.
Oh, yes they did.
Wow. That's wild.
Bro, people watch the podcast. It's crazy.
Oh my god.
So anyways, Point North dropped a song today. A Million Pieces. I stayed up to listen to it, actually. And then I went to bed immediately after it came out. I listened to it once, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed now. But A Million Pieces came out today on the Funny Weed Day. And I really liked it.
Yeah.
Point North can't drop a bad song. I'm fully convinced of that. There are a couple that I skip, but they can't drop a bad song.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't remember it, like, at all. But, you know, like, I'll take your word for it. Because it's like, it was at the end of the playlist. And
you were zoned out by then.
Yeah, I was completely, like, gone.
Yeah.
After, I think, the metal album, I was done. And then Niall played for a second, and then I was done.
Yeah, I guess.
So, yeah. But, like, I've listened to some of their songs before, right?
Yeah.
Like, you've put their stuff. Yeah, so they're good.
Yeah. So I know we covered Into the Dark on here fucking forever ago. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Last but not least, did you Frankie, Mr. Frank Iero dropped a song today. Didn't drop a song, dropped a music video today. Madison Square Garden music video dropped today on Funny Weed Day.
Funny Weed Day.
It was
Happy
a trip.
Funny Weed Day.
Yeah, happy Funny Weed Day.
It was a
trip.
It was an experience.
That was an experience.
Yeah.
So people comparing it to the I'm Not Okay music video, like some of the hand things.
No,
like some of the things that they did to the camera.
Yeah, but
still, it was a stretch. Come on, it was a stretch. Frank got.
They're just trying to connect Frank to MCR.
Frank to Gerard so that they can be like, ha ha ha, they fucked once, ha ha ha, they fucked, ha ha ha, Pro Rev, they fucked, ha ha ha. So yeah, it's a music video. I mean, I don't want to say too much about it because like maybe there's people out there that want to watch it but haven't watched it, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's interesting. Interesting.
Interesting is a good word to describe it. Yeah.
Interesting. Peculiar.
We're getting
really
fancy.
Like
We're getting fancy. Yeah. Peculiar.
So yeah, it like I didn't understand it, but like it because it's like it starts off like jazzercise or something, and then it's like 2 seconds later the jazzercise lady is getting like impaled with like a giant sword by like
it was weird,
a cyborg or something.
Yeah, the metal band I fucking can't pronounce their name. GWAR. They were in that music video. Gwar. They were. Let's go with Gwar. They were the big dudes in the suits in the music video. That was them. So yeah.
It was like Brendan in the Fall Out Boy music video with the llama. That's all I can connect it to. I'm sorry. I'm starting to lose. I'm tired now.
Starting to lose brain cells. Well, it's a good thing. Good thing we're almost done. We are done actually. So that was a good nice podcast.
Wow.
But as you can see in the title tonight, we have an interview that we're airing. The guys in Nice decided to sit down with us and talk to us about weed and music. That's all I remember from the interview. It was so long ago.
Oh my god. Wait, this is...
I think it was 2 weeks ago we sat down with them. I don't even remember. Was it a week ago?
It was like... No, this wasn't it. Oh my god. Oh, it was a while back.
Yeah, it was a while ago. So that's all I can remember because...
It was good though.
Yeah, it was a good interview. It was a high quality interview. Yeah. Nice of them to sit down with us. But other than that, we'll be airing that after we sign off.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, so this is the Good Noise Podcast. We'll be back next week to talk about the used and exclusively the used. My name is Shane.
My name is Glory.
And we'll see you next week. Stream Heartwork on the 24th.